Good afternoon, friends. I've been trying to find a way to write about this, and I decided, you know what, I think I can do a better job speaking about it. So there's been a few incidents since I've been here in Jamaica. It's been 3 weeks I just love this country. I love the people. I love everything about it. But I just wanted to share with you, all week I was going to the Marina to hang out and do my work and really enjoy the restaurant there, which is a beautiful space. It's part of a public marina that's all been refurbished. It's called the Errol Flynn Marina. And the restaurant has a swimming pool in it. And the swimming pool is for the people who come in on the boats from the marina, and they're all, so far as I've seen, they've all been white people who swim and use the pool and use the restaurant and have drinks and food and so on. So all week I've been swimming in the pool. I don't have a boat. No one questioned that, of course, because my skin's white and I fit in. And I wasn't trying to get away with anything. In fact, the manager of the restaurant, who's Cuban, was so cool about everything. He said it was no problem for me to swim there. And I mean, it's just part of the restaurant, kind of, you know. It's the way they've set it up is really what I'm upset about. Well, actually, no. What I'm really upset about is what happened yesterday. So all week. So yesterday was Thursday, so that's the fourth day. So yesterday, I invited a friend of mine who's Black Jamaican, very dark, what you guys say, blue-black, you know, very dark-skinned Jamaican, to come there and meet me for a drink. So he came there, and he wasn't coming for a swim or anything like that. I was going to have a swim, and the security guard came up and told him that he has to tell me that the management says that I'm not allowed to swim in the pool. So he said, no, you need to tell her that, not me. That's not up to me to do that. So the security guard came and told me that, and I just was like, okay, because I knew that that was the rule, but I observed all week, and I did swim in the pool all week, and there was no problem. So I know that this changed because a Black person was with me in that bar. And there have been very, very few Black people in the bar. So to me, it's one of those spaces. This is only my opinion and my observation, but I observe that the management of the Errol Flynn Marina, and I hope Michael Lee Chin hears this, it seems to me that they're trying to keep that space very white in a country of Black people. And I'm very, very upset that they would, I don't care that they're calling on me to follow the rules. I'm cool with that. But I know the only reason they did that was because a Black man was with me. So that's the part that I'm really calling out, you know. So then we left and went to the beach. They have a beach, what do they call it? Bikini Beach, to go swimming there. And it was 5 to 5. And the security guard came, a woman, and said, we can't swim there because they're locking the gates. So this is another thing now. This is another issue, but it's like, what are you talking about? How can you lock the beach? First of all, like, that was always a public space for people from Port Antonio have gone swimming in that area. We used to call it the Reef. And the first hotel that was ever built in Jamaica for tourism was the Reef at that area, which burnt down. And then we always went swimming at the Reef, and it was a public space. So now they've made this other beach they call Bikini Beach, and they lock it up at 5 o'clock. And I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Are you telling me that the people of Port Antonio can't go and swim in their own public area because somebody decided to lock a gate at 5 o'clock at night?
Wow. Fam, if you are my fan, you know very well the kind of love that I have for the Jamaicans, for these Jamaican people. I do really love these Jamaican people. And I feel that one day I should plan and visit Jamaica, because that is my dream, that one day I'm going to visit Jamaica and I'll be there. So, and I want to highly recommend this white lady for talking about the racism that is being practiced among these Jamaicans, whereby the blacks, they are treating the other blacks wrong. That is wrong. This white lady, she has come out because she has seen this happening, and she feels that this is totally wrong, and there's no way this white lady, she's coming out talking about the racism that is being practiced amongst the blacks. Instead of the blacks coming out and talking about the kind of racism that is being practiced among themselves, you find that this white lady, she's the one coming out boldly and talking about this kind of racism that she saw that was happening in Jamaica. Very interesting. Also, back in my country here in Kenya, I want to give you a very short story whereby also here in Kenya, you'll find that racism is being practiced amongst ourselves, the blacks, whereby you find another black person treating another black person very wrong, and that is completely wrong. We should not be doing that. And there's this story that I want to give you that I saw. I once traveled to a very big hotel. I usually stay in the city that is Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya. So I just visited a very luxurious hotel. It is a very big hotel, and it is very famous, not to mention. I just went to that hotel with my two friends. It was on a weekend. I remember very well it was on a weekend. We went there, then we chose a very nice place that we can see the view of the city. So we went there with my two friends. We sat there, and for sure, if we could just look around, we could only count the number of black people who were in that hotel, because a majority of the people who were in that hotel or who dominated that hotel, they were the whites. You could see them in different corners chatting with the fellow whites. And for sure, there's this one thing that I learned. There were the whites. You see, we were the first one to walk into that hotel. Then we were being followed by other white people who just sat next to us. But the people who were being served first, they were these whites. I don't know the reason why. And also, it took a lot of time for these blacks, for these us blacks to be served, because these whites were considered first, and then we followed. And even after, when the waiter came to our table, it took a very long time to serve us. And I feel that is a racism, and it should not be practiced. Also, there's this story that I saw online, that there was this black guy who went and booked an hotel room. He went there. He was given a room where he could stay for the night. But when this white man came and asked for a room, and when there are person who usually gives those rooms, when she went through the computer and saw that all the rooms are being booked by people, she decided to go to that room of that black guy who had booked that room, so that he can get out of that room, so that this white can be given that room. That is completely very wrong. We should learn to love each other. Now, let's go back to this to the video of that white lady who is talking about racism in Jamaica. So this white lady went to a certain hotel that is near the beach. Mostly you can find that these hotels are located in front of the beach. So when this lady went there, in order for you to enter this hotel and allowed to go to the beach and swim, you must own a boat. You must have a boat. So when this white lady went, and she was asked, "Where's your boat?" Then she replied that she doesn't have the boat. She was allowed, even she was allowed to go to the beach. Then she says that after some time, there's this black lady who came. She came, and she didn't have any boat, leave alone having a boat. She was denied an access to the hotel. And imagine, where she's being denied the access, it is her own country. You can see the kind of racism that is being practiced in that country. And this white lady felt that is very wrong, because if you can see, for her, she didn't even have that boat. And also during the entrance, when she was entering into the hotel, she was never asked if a lot of questions. Like this black lady, she was told that you cannot enter the hotel simply because you are a black. So let's watch this out, then I'm going to come later with a lot of comments.
That just doesn't make sense to me at all. And you know, the sad thing is that hardly anybody is using that area because of all these rules. And I said to the security, like, this is Jamaica. What kind of rules are these? All these Jamaican rules. I've never heard of these rules before. What are you guys trying to do? I think you're trying to keep the public out of their own spaces. You're trying to keep that marina for the white people that come as tourists. And that is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. That space is a public space. That's for the people of Port Antonio. And if you want to have your little swimming pool for the rich white people that come in on their yachts and get drunk and try to, no, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Take that back. If you want to do that, then build the swimming pool somewhere else. Don't have it in the restaurant that we all want to use. That's the only place in that whole area where you can get changed or do anything, where there's a washroom. All the other washrooms they've built and the other public buildings they've built are all totally run down and not being used. And I'm calling out the Jamaica Tourist Board and whoever's running this Errol Flynn Marina to smarten up and get these buildings fixed and start allowing the public to come back in and use their space. That space shouldn't just be for the white people that come in on boats, the rich white tourists that come from all over the world. No, this is for Port Antonio, for the people that live here. So that's it for today. And I'm glad I got that out. And I'd love to hear from you. I know there are other people, especially in mixed race couples who are Jamaican, that experience this. The black partner gets interrogated and stopped and questioned, and you know, the white person just walks right through. We have all the privilege in the world. Nobody ever stops us. Nobody ever says a damn thing to us. So I just feel sick that that's happening in this country. And I really want to call it out, and I want to have a discussion about it. I want to have a conversation. I want to start this conversation to really try to bring awareness. And if any of you are watching and listening and you know who I should be contacting in regards to the Errol Flynn Marina, which I understand Michael Lee Chin did a lot to redevelop that. But as far as I understand, that's still a public space. You know, who I should speak to, or if you know a person of influence, if you want to pass on my video to them so they know what's going on, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Wow, 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 wow. I like this white lady. You know very well, this lady, she's not the one who has been affected. It was this black lady who was being denied the access to the beach or to the hotel. And you can see how this white lady, she has decided to come out and talk about this issue, because no one has decided to talk about this issue. And this issue goes to those Jamaican tourism management, so that they can know what to do about this thing, because it is a disease. Racism is a disease, and mostly you know very well that a country that is practicing racism is not well developed. So, and I like how this white lady she has finished her video by saying that if you know any influential person, maybe you could connect her with him so that he can share a lot. This white lady, she's something else. I like the way she's talking. She has decided to talk for a lot of people outside there who are unable to see this issue. And she feels that this is completely wrong. There's no way a white person can travel, or a foreigner can come from who is white can come from a different country, then she receives or he received this good treatment. She's being treated nicely, um, and these other people are the people of that country are not being given a good treatment. So this white lady, she has spoken very well, and those people who are in charge of tourism, who are the tourism board management, should get this information and adjust. I know this video is from past few years, but I hope that this tourism management or this border management of tourism is going to do something on the same about this issue. I want to tell those Jamaican people who have been affected by this thing or this disease that is so called racism. It is very bad. I know the pain of being a racist in your own country. Being treated badly is not a good thing, and it is something that all of us could not allow. Also here in Kenya, I want to tell those other Jamaicans that here in Kenya also there's that disease, so-called racism. A lot of people are practicing it here, whereby you'll have given you a good example. You'll visit nice places, and if you get to get these white people there, for sure these white people are being treated very well. I know these white people are being viewed as superior beings, and mostly if they travel to different parts of the country, you'll find a lot of people are receiving them very well, treating them very well. But their own people, they are being given a bad treatment, and that is completely wrong. So thank you for watching this video, and don't also forget to subscribe.